Thanks for joining in today's e-commerce screencast. This is Craig Smith, and today we're going to talk about mobile e-commerce user experience, essentially crafting your web store in a way that's going to be more effective and more dynamic to close sales in mobile e-commerce sessions. We're going to talk about some data. We're going to look at some strategies and tactics and how you can better measure and impact your mobile experiences, and then we'll wrap up with some next steps for you in what I promise to be a quick screencast to improve your mobile experience. Starting out with some interesting data points, let's look where we are today in the mobile sector. As a percent of mobile retail e-commerce sales in 2016, mobile clocked in at 29.1%. We're looking at a gain to 48.5% by 2020. So in these 4 short calendar years, we're going to have massive growth of the penetration of mobile, and it will be likely half of your overall sales moving forward. Now, with that, it determines and creates a greater need for performance. And you can see from a mobile conversion perspective, the higher your conversion rate, the faster your site is. This is no surprise, but this is some great empirical data to review to look at your conversion rate and look at your site load times and see if it falls within the spectrum. Also, interesting data that came out from eMarketer relates to correlation with image numbers and conversions. In a study they did looking at the average number of images for mobile sites in converted and unconverted sessions, there was a direct correlation with a lower image number and conversions. So things to think about when you construct your category pages and your overall merchandising pages. So with those pieces of information, obviously performance is critical, but mobile user experience is much more than that. It's really about re-engineering your mobile paths to be simple and intuitive so users know exactly where they're going and can do it very easily with their fingers and thumbs. But start with what we call a progress roadmap. This is really looking at the metrics that flow through all of your key transitional pages in your store to identify the squeaky parts of the wheel. Where are you losing folks within the purchase path, and where do you need to fill those gaps to get a higher number of people to progress forward within your shopping funnel? And this is just an example of a diagram that was constructed for a client recently, looking at all of their website sessions, identifying how many people go to store locators, how many people go to product listings and product pages, and within those segments, how many progress forward to cart, to checkout, and to order paths. Just to show this in real life, we wanted to bring in some mobile optimization case studies and instances where we were able to identify where there was leakage and how do we move the needle to improve. In this case, with a client that does B2C home furnishing products, we were able to generate a 23% overall mobile conversion growth by re-engineering their functionality through multi-step, multivariate testing. Taking the previous approach of identifying where the leakage was, we were able to construct tests, multivariate tests, meaning multiple segments in a page getting tested, which were able to improve the progression points in this instance. And this drove massive gains to overall sales. The next example talks about the product page, and in this example we were able to drive a 21% increase in add to cart ratios through optimizing with element modifications, taking all these aspects that you see in that screenshot, the search box, the name of the product, the presentation of the product, the pricing, the tab presentation, and we're able to isolate what worked best using CSS, JavaScript, and HTML and our testing platform as the mechanism to execute. Lastly, we did a lot of work with a client regarding returning customers and folks who are showing a propensity to buy again, especially in products in the CPG space where you have someone coming back at a determined time frame that is somewhat consistent. In this instance, we used the persistent history of the customer to provide a personalized experience saying, hey, you're returning, let's buy again very easily, and enabled to reduce the clicks to purchase, also from timed emails, which drove an 8% conversion growth in the mobile session category. So where to begin? Kickstart your efforts now. Start with your progress roadmaps. Support your findings with usability and customer research. Do some on-site surveying. Craft your concepts. What is your new experience going to look like? Test those and improve incrementally. And make sure that testing mindset and this Kaizen mentality of never ending improvement really has to be all throughout the layers of your marketing team. And lastly, a key piece that you want to leverage is the cloud. It gives agility and flexibility for marketers to distribute change on their web platforms and content systems and e-commerce systems without having to involve IT. Thanks very much. Look forward to talking with you soon. Have a great rest of the day and take care.